So next month is February, right? It was the 25th, and it's about to turn January 26th in Japan. So in less than a week, right? February comes. January 25th, they say all the planets were aligned. And in the Hindu tradition, it's also Ekadashi, which is the day for fasting, which I didn't realize until after I had eaten 3 meals. I don't even eat 3 meals every day. I usually eat 2 meals a day, actually. I didn't have 3 full meals. This morning I was at a coffee shop, and I got a bread and salad morning thing with the coffee. So was my 3rd meal. And then I had lunch and dinner. Anyway, I didn't see the planets align. They say you could see it at sundown. I don't know. I missed it. I enjoy stargazing and sky gazing and cloud gazing and moon gazing, but I didn't see it. But I'm not going to talk about the F word at all in this talk. I talked about that already. I'm tired of that right now. But I want to mention, in recent days, I've been working on a new LP compiling, you could say, music for an LP. This often happens when I have a live show. I spoke the last time I've spoken frequently about how I've certainly reduced my number of performances in recent years. And so when I do a live show, I do a lot of preparation for it, even if it's only 25-30 minute live show. I do the video backing, and I often, if I'm using backing tracks, I often arrange or rearrange things. Sometimes I come up with brand new music by doing that, or I end up doing something and it becomes a new piece. Often an abstract or instrumental piece. I might add some improvised vocals, flute, whatever. This time around, my most recent live show, right, which I posted the video from last Sunday, which tomorrow's Sunday, it's gonna be a week already. I went back to kind of my earlier This Dark Shroud style of songs, electronica songs, and I redid vocals for The Yellow Window from 2017. And as I was preparing the backing, right, like the Black Nail backing in 2 versions, instrumental, Fleshy Air I prepared backing for this. And I've thought this many times in the past before, and I've done on occasion like instrumental versions of things. 2023 I did on a sort of side release EP for This Dark Shroud with live tracks and B-sides. I did an instrumental version of The Dials in the Bathroom, for example. So I did the 2 versions, right, of Black Nail and Fleshy Air. I had a version of A Liar from 2023 when I redid, or 2024. I get the years mixed up because it just turned 2025. Last year, A Liar, Phantom from last year. I had done another version, another mix, and all these things, and I kind of started making an album of remixes and instrumental mixes, the new version of Yellow Window. And then I had the new version of What They Did. I put that on. And to make a long story short, I ended up with a double album, 2 albums. I split it into 2 albums. One is This Dark Shroud, the other is Marc Lowe, but I'm gonna post-cross them as both. So primary This Dark Shroud, secondary Marc Lowe, and vice versa. So the one is called What's in Your Eye, and Your is YR, and the other is The Yellow Window 2.0. And that was actually the first. Originally it was going to be called that, with that cover of the eye, and it's a kind of yellow color, colored cover that I had made back in 2018. Actually 2017 version, 2018 version. I kind of modified that, and I was going to use it. And then I ended up making a much more complex cover, which I'll show when I edit this. And that became the This Dark Shroud, and that actually was the version with the instrumentals on it, and some other things on it. We Are the Dead 2.0, the David Bowie covers on there. live version of Non-Entity that I did in my room I had never published before is it closes it, and there's some other things too. I'm not looking at the track list now, maybe I should. And anyway, yeah, what else is on there? Chattering Man, the recording of that, Scratch the Noise, right, the instrumental Scratch the Noise, which also I made as backing and then ended up becoming a kind of experimental instrumental piece. And the Yellow Window 2.0 has an alternate mix. I had actually today I retweaked and actually it's even changed again. It's improved, I think. Yellow Window 2.0, it's a different mix of that with the new vocal on it, but different mix. An a cappella mix of Chattering Man song with some effectors on the voice, but it's basically a cappella. And some of the remixes I had done for this Dark Shroud last year that were going to be on the longer compilation, I don't think anybody's listened to them because it's at the end of like a 3.5 hour thing. So I pulled them over here. Undo, Vanity, and Fire. Actually, Fire is the Final Ignition mix, and the remix of that is on the other companion to this. Come Back, We Miss You is instrumental version of Hello. We Miss You, Spaceboy from 2023's version, my song for David Bowie. 3 tracks from 2018 that I had put on originally as This Dark Shroud, and another mix of Non-Entity. So I've got this kind of double album today, or album, 2 albums. One is, like I say, This Dark Shroud, Marc Lowe, and vice versa. But also I end up with a 3rd album that's all live, and that's taking audio from the recent improvs I did in this room, not improvs, but rehearsals, if you will, or live in my room versions of things. I had 2 sets of 3. On the 13th, 3 tracks, and on the 15th, 3 tracks I posted, and I used the audio and re-edited them, and then I took selections from the last show, re-edited for the audio version. That's 14 tracks and almost 70 minutes. And it's got a cool cover, which again I can share when I edit. So I'm kind of excited about that. I mean, it's cool. I put the 2 albums, the studio albums, What's in Your Eye, This Dark Shroud, and Yellow Window 2.0, under my marklowe.bandcamp.com page. And the one is cross-listed as This Dark Shroud. Nobody seems to visit or download from the This Dark Shroud Bandcamp page. So I'm just doing This Dark Shroud cross-listed with Marc Lowe now. So it says This Dark Shroud, but it's published also with my name under Marc Lowe. It's just, you know, I'm not, like, again, I've said this a million times, not doing it to make sales or to be famous or anything, but, you know, obviously if somebody discovers it more easily, that makes sense. I think they're both listed as pay what you want anyway. It's not about making money from it. But the live January 2025 Songs and Improvisations, I called it, under This Dark Shroud. I haven't yet published that, but it's finished. I've listened to it a few times. It's cool. And I like the art, the way the artwork turned out. So I'll be publishing that soon. So these will probably officially release in February, like I did with official release, you know, like with some kind of Future 2.0 Apple Music and so on. And actually on the 31st of January, already it's scheduled for release, Melting Point by This Dark Shroud, which is mostly instrumental, dark, ambient, and kind of some noise things and some, it's very soundtrackish, very dark soundtrack, This Dark Shroud, Melting Point. There's a bit of vocals in bits and places and spoken word and stuff, but it's mostly instrumental. It opens with a little piano improvisation, actually. So that's the music talk. Maybe I'll end it here. I actually had all these thoughts about all these things, but I don't want to talk about the news, and I don't want to talk about, I was going to talk about, you know, lofty topics like consciousness and Krishnamurti, J.K. Krishnamurti, and the way that language fails us, although we need it to communicate semiotic kind of things, which actually connects on a deeper level to what is consciousness, what is language, what are we, who are we, AI, and I have all kinds of things to talk about, and I have all kinds of things I could write about. if I wanted to do an essay, I might write about them. But I'm just going to talk about the music tonight. Keep it short. Thanks. Until the next, I'll do another longer talk on the philosophical stuff. Thanks for joining me. And I'll have some of the audio from these, I'll put on YouTube as well as albums. Some of them have been published as videos and things, but you know, hearing them as albums is different. Same with the live stuff, it's totally different. The ordering's different, and it's different as audio. So stay tuned for that. Thanks. Saturday night in Tokyo. Marc Lowe signing off. Till the next time.